Hey, good evening, you guys. Hope all is well on this Monday night for you. Just wanted to briefly touch on this question of what's a good time frame for my loved one who's been battling addiction for quite some time. And what I'll be proposing is for the person that is completely saturated in addiction, meaning all their decisions are centered around their chemical dependency, all their finances go towards it. The people that are around them have a good understanding of what's happening and have for a while. They have a hard time holding a job if they still are. Maybe we've been in and out of jail a couple times at this point. So somebody who's really on the road full time, so to speak. And I say that because I think it's important to differentiate the case of someone that's just kind of starting down that road, 3, 4, 5 months. I think there's a better road and resolution to nip that in the bud than what I'll be proposing here. So for the addict that's been out and about for quite some time and their life is completely consumed by chemical dependency, I like 12 months, 15 months, something to that effect. It sounds like a lot or a long time when you first say it, and I think if it just stands alone as time, it's kind of a lot for anything. Like a year is a long time when it just stands by itself. When you put it next to the work that's required for the best potential success of recovery of addiction, I think it's very suitable. Why? Because usually it takes at least a few months to get some mental clarity restored. Now, for me, it was probably about 3 months, and some of the people that I've talked to that have done a longer term care have also said the same of like, yeah, it was probably somewhere around 3 months, 4 months where I was actually thinking clearly, like you used to with more of a sober-minded line of thinking, and your range of rationale has narrowed back kind of into a more realistic place. Your emotions are not all over the place anymore. So that's 90 days, and being 90 days removed from the drug being inside of us, now we're getting our thinking back, and I think it's important for that extended care for the year, because the addict needs to practice with that new mind, meaning they need to have some crossroads of frustration, of contentment, of conflict, and relationship problems, the people they live with, how they communicate with one another, navigating challenges of living in close quarters with others is a place where that's going to come up frequently. I remember Teen Challenge was a pressure cooker for many of us, if not all of us, in a way of just you can't get away from some of those things, and you have to deal with some things that you just don't like or you wouldn't prefer, and you have to live next to that person that drives you nuts every day, what have you. Am I saying that the recovering addict is going to cross the roads of somebody throwing clothes all over the place, their bunkmate, and not clean up after themselves after they're gone in treatment? Probably not. But will they cross the roads of dealing with a challenge that isn't going away anytime soon, and you have to figure out how to work through that internally? Yeah, I think they absolutely will. I think we all do. And the extended care gives them a place to practice how they're going to do that. It gives them a place for some of those emotions to come out and either die or flourish, meaning that through trial and error they can find successful ways to communicate with others. They can find successful ways to make decisions. They can think about what they want to do for when they get out, what kind of visualize or dream of what their life would be like with a with a restored mind. I think that that time frame gives place for a lot of really good things without being connected to some of the heavier responsibilities of life, carrying a job, a relationship, a children, a family, a place to stay. Uh, some of those things, you take somebody that is coming out of a 60-day program and thrown right back into that world. They're just getting cleared up maybe, and now we've got some of those immediate stressors, and we haven't had time to really walk that land. So I do like the longer term care and the plan for that reason. And Teen Challenge I'm a big advocate for it. You'll hear it in and out of my videos. It's a great place to get rooted in Christ. Is that the only solution? No, of course not. But you'll hear me say it frequently. I do believe it's the best solution, and it's a great place to develop a relationship with God, among those other things that we just went over. But man, it's also very cost friendly. They work with you on things that some of those other private companies are just hundreds of thousands of dollars, and that comes into play. So just something to keep in mind. But either way, any treatment's better than no treatment. Your efforts are worth it. Your loved one's worth it. So keep up the fight, you guys, and have a great night.